survival in our heart. Join us on a journey through darkness, we'll bring light. Rural Report is here, guiding us through the night. Gather supplies, build a shelter, we'll be strong. Learning skills for the end, in the chaos we belong. Hunting for our food, purifying water clear. Together we'll stand tall, overcoming fear. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. Rural Report, our beacon of hope, guiding us through the storms we cope. United we stand, against the odds we fight. Rural Report, shining in the night. Rural Report, build a fight.
Hello and welcome back to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC, and thank you for stopping by and spending a little bit of your time with me. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not here, hello. You know who I am and what I do and what this channel is all about. For those of you that don't know and you're going, who is this weird talking, fuzzy, big, ugly guy? Well, I am here with a prepping channel. My channel is based around the people that are new to preparedness or just getting started, maybe even getting into that intermediate level and things like that. And so my focus is on getting you to think about everything. I want to plant the seed. I want to give you the spark, the idea, the motivation, and you go from there. I believe that prepping is very personalized and it is not one size fits all, and there's technically no right or wrong way when it comes to preparedness. It is whatever the SHTF event is. If you survive it, amen, you got it. Now, you can barely survive by the skin of your teeth, but I still call that successful goal, right? Um, you can have all the latest, greatest everything and be super well trained and still be taken out. You did everything right, but you still failed. So, with that in mind, I want to talk about time management. Now, when a lot of people think about time management, they try and think of it as maybe a work-life balance. Maybe it's something along the lines of how to get all the chores done around the house and still have a little extra time in the afternoon. Maybe it is how to get all the projects and different things because you have a demanding job and things like that. Uh, Mixture of all the stuff. Mine is going to be, what are you going to do managing your time on an SHTF? Okay, and let's go long-term SHTF. So let's go grids down, no communication, no cell phone, no electricity, no running water, things like that. And so you are in full-on survival mode. And you're going to have a few people that's going to go, well, wait a second, if you don't have to go to work and stuff, you have all the time in the world. You've got a lot of things to do, okay? You've got a lot of wood to chop. You've got a lot of water to gather. You've got, hunting, fishing, tending to crops, to animals, to family, to sleeping, hygiene, cooking. Like, you've got a ton of things to do. Now, is it possible to do it? Of course it is. Our ancestors did it, and they had free time. So when it comes to time management, because we've lost that, okay, and even there's a lot of people that live pretty close or basically off grid, they still use some technologies, they still use modern things. um, Maybe they still have something that's a gas generator, or maybe they have some sort of modern farming equipment or modern this or modern that. um, at some point in time, depending on how long the SHTF situation is going to last, it's going to go really manual. A lot more of the elbow grease and getting your hands dirty and everything like that, the blood, sweat, and tears. So it's going to come down to time management, and a lot of it is going to be, what can you do to get something done with as little effort as possible. So, if you are planning on taking grandpa's 12 gauge out and sitting in the woods for 6 hours waiting on Bambi's dad to come strolling through, that's 6 hours worth of you could have been doing something else. That's why, personally, for me, I believe traps will probably be your best thing. If you can do traps in the stream, then you're getting fish. If you're doing traps near the spring, you're getting small game that might be going to get a drink. Uh, there's a lot of different things that you can do like that, because all you have to do is set it and walk away, and it's hunting for you. And there's a lot of different things that you can do. It's kind of like hanging your wet clothes out to dry. It's doing the job while you're doing something else, okay? And you've got to have that outside of the box mentality and the way to critically think and go, what can I do to where I'm getting a desired outcome with as little effort as possible? And it's not a thing about being lazy, because I've heard people do that. Well, I'm not lazy. I'm not afraid of hard work. Great. But why do I need to go out here and exert a bunch of calories that I don't have or can't afford to waste in order to get an outcome to where I can do it this way, still get the goal done, and I didn't do hardly anything, you know? So if I set traps on my way to the stream, I've got to go to the stream anyway so I can gather water. So if I set traps in the water, I've got to go get water. So I'm setting the trap outside of the water, inside of the water, and then I get water, come back, filter it, boil it, have breakfast, water a few things, do some hygiene, all that. When I come back to maybe get more water or whatever, I can check my traps. If they have food, great. If they've been tripped, I reset them. You're doing that two birds with one stone analogy. And it's the same thing. If I'm going to the stream, maybe I take my laundry and dishes with me. Maybe that's where I'm going to go, take a quick dunk in there and do some hygiene. I'm trying to get as much stuff done in that one single trip instead of doing it 15 times back and forth. Uh, there's a lot that you can do to where, when you're trying to do chores, when you're trying to get things done, figure out a game plan. Now is the time to go through and start thinking about this stuff. Otherwise, you're going to be burning a ton of calories and a ton of time that you can be doing better for something else. You don't want to have it to where you're so exhausted night in and night out, and all of a sudden here comes somebody that means you harm to take your stuff, and you don't have the energy. You've expelled all them calories. You need to be able to sleep. Sleep is extremely important. And if you don't manage your time, you're going to get a lot less sleep. If you don't manage your time, there's going to be things that don't get done. You're going to be in a hurry. When you get into a hurry, the quality of your work goes down. That's when mistakes happen. That's when safety becomes an issue. Getting hurt in a grid down SHTF is not a good idea. You need to be mentally prepared. You need to be mentally as best on your A game as you can possibly be. And the way you do that is to prepare, not react. Start planning for it now. So that way, if slash when an event happens, you've got an idea at the very least about what you can do and and it may not work 100% like what you have drawn out, but you have an idea, you have something to go on. You don't want to spend 3 weeks trying to figure it out when you could have already had a really good game plan that just needs a couple of modifications. So hopefully that helps you. Hopefully you take that into a little bit of a serious consideration to where you go, hey, you know what? How would I get water? Am I going to collect rainwater? Am I going to go down to the stream? Am I going to get it out of the swimming pool out back? Where am I going to get my water? How am I going to filter it? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? What's my food source, my main staple food source? Am I growing it? Am I bartering for it? Where's my protein coming from? Am I hunting it? Am I raising it? What am I going to do with that? How much food do I have stored now? And as you go through and you start figuring some of this stuff out, and you go, well, I need to go down to the stream. I need to go over here. I need to do that. Okay, start planning what your day would look like. Start putting that down on paper. I when I get up, I'm going to head to the stream and get water. I'm going to set a few traps. I'm going to brush my teeth, collect some water, rinse off some plates and dishes, and wash an outfit or something like that. Get it all out now. It's going to be the best thing that you possibly can do if that situation ever arises. It's the same thing about having a fire escape plan or a tornado thing. What do you do? Do you wait until the tornado is right outside your door, getting ready to blow your roof off, and you're like, I think I need to? Or when you hear the sirens, you're like, time to put the plan into effect. Hopefully that helps you. So, if I was entertainment, if I brought you some substance of value, give me a little thumbs up there. Do all the fun YouTube things. Uh, Leave something down in the comments. Let me know how I did. Give me some ideas that you had. Maybe I sparked an idea for you. So I hope that works out and somebody heard that and it helped them. So I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you have a blessed day. Stay tuned because there's definitely more information to come. With that, I want to remain united. We're all prepping in this together.